What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. We're a little late because we wanted some news to start trickling in. So we took an extra day to just see what's happening. A few things happened. Seal, what are you up to, buddy?
Not much, man. Just slowly waiting on this Karis LeVert fucking in the lab shit to start working out. He didn't play tonight. Garland didn't play tonight.
You guys were
Barely
winning
lost to
when
the
I saw,
shitty ass
though. Oh, you
Pistons. We lost to the
lost?
Pistons by
Damn.
3, I think, tonight. But yeah, so not a whole lot, man. This is our first week without a shit ton of sports going on. And we could talk about it real quick. Just touch on it. We're starting to ramp up for 2 sports happening for about 4 months. But
Right.
we are stuck with 2 sports. We have NASCAR and basketball because baseball is not happening. Got pushed back a week and no talks this week. Talking about spring training, that is. So yeah, fuck regular season. If they can't get spring training going, we're fucked.
I heard that they offered like $100,000 more, but like they're like so far off, aren't they? Like $2.5 million off or something. So they're like 100,000. Here you go. It's like,
Yeah.
all right. So
Yeah,
we're
smacking
pretty
them
much
out.
done.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited as fuck for the Cavs. 4th place right now, still 2.5 game backs from the Heat, which sucks. The Heat continue to winning the games they need and losing the games they need to just
Right.
not to just be able. Oh, everybody lost and from the top 5, so we can afford to lose tonight. Type
Yeah.
shit. But I'm excited as fuck, man. You guys look.
Yeah. We came
Oh,
right
good.
back from the All-Star break. No Chris Paul, no problem. Just come out and do our thing. What I did want to talk about, because the NBA, we'll talk about a few just like things, but as far as the games, there were no games this week. It was just All-Star break. But they started back tonight on Thursday night. But I was going to say, so Chris Paul is out 6 to 8 weeks. The playoffs is 7 weeks away. We're pretty much secured top 2 at the worst almost,
What
depending
happened?
on how
Did he
bad
play
it gets.
All-Star weekend?
Fractured thumb. He
So
had
he
it
didn't.
in the All-Star game too. Like he had, but he got the X-rays before the All-Star game, but didn't get the results back. So he was like, "I'm good, I can play." And then the results came back after the
Oh, so they're
game.
probably throwing a rod in that bitch. So 6
Yeah.
to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm like, then play the rest of the season. Like, no, this ain't football.
No,
Just get
I
a pick and
mean,
get
he
back.
could play. He's totally fine, but we don't need him, and we need him for the playoffs. So we're not
Yeah.
going to let him stay with a hurt
So
thumb.
who's starting, Alfred or Cam?
I didn't watch tonight. I was going to, but we decided to go out to dinner instead.
I'll give you that answer.
But what I was going to ask you, so the Devin Booker, Chris Paul MVP talk has been going for a while, and I've said like they're going to steal some votes from each other. It's not going to be a thing. If Devin Booker can up his scoring game, maybe 5 to 7 points a night, right, for the post All-Star break, and we stay in first place, is there a chance that Booker could actually come out here and get this MVP?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. If he can put up, he has to average at least 23, 24
Right.
to be able to get that. And you got to hope in this man he'll be able to average 30 because right now, all 4 contenders for the points lead right now is sitting at 29 points.
Right.
So he's got to do a little more than that. But
if
they
you're
keep
right
winning,
and Embiid's comes down,
yeah,
some guys comes down.
KD's not happening.
Right.
Who are the other 2?
Giannis, maybe.
Giannis, yeah, Giannis is one of them. And then shit, somebody else who's surprising. But
DeRozan, right?
no.
Well, how is it not DeRozan? He scored 35 points for like every fucking game this year.
There's somebody else, but yeah. Oh man, something's going on with my computer right now. But anyways, if I'm good on here, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so tonight, neither of those 2 started. They slid Cam Johnson in there.
Oh, so they're letting Booker just run point.
Yeah, with Jay Crowder, and it looks that way. He ended up with 5 rebounds and 12 fucking assists.
All right, so let's say he averages 25 and 12 the rest of the way, and they're in first place.
Absolutely, 1,000%.
All right, that would be dope, dude. Because I have been, even though I'm a huge fan, obviously, I have been a guy that said he's not in that MVP caliber person. I think he's one tier below, like the Giannis's and the KDs and those guys. So if he can make that step up, even just for this 2-month stretch, to prove that he deserves to be there, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be really awesome to see. Like I would, dude, if we ended up in the finals somehow against each other, we have to meet
Coming
up
to
somewhere.
Vegas, right? Coming back to Vegas.
We have to meet up somewhere. We have to.
Unless
1000%.
Florida somehow gets voting back or betting back online.
Not Vegas. We're going to a fucking game somewhere.
Well, Phoenix is a drive from Vegas. So you go to Vegas, you bet, head down to Phoenix. Actually, in Arizona, betting's legal, isn't it? So we could just go to
I
Phoenix.
believe so, yeah.
So
all right, so apparently I know why my Microsoft Store is updating shit right now. That's why my computer's freaking out. Ridiculous.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know what the tickets would be like for a game in Phoenix, but I would definitely try to go. I know I didn't try to go last year, but it's because of the whole COVID and all that other shit.
I'd get an OnlyFans account. I'd sell plasma. Do whatever you gotta do. Be scrubbing windshields on stoplights.
This year, I think we could beat any team. I was still skeptical. Obviously, I wanted to win, but I was like, if Giannis is going, we're gonna lose, and that's exactly what happened. So
if
this year, I don't think
Darius, if we can take Darius easy, because this is the second time and a second different injury in the last like month. If we can just let him rest a little bit and keep a 4 or 5 seed, I think we could do some fucking work in the playoffs.
I think so too. I think you guys are a really solid team. Again, you guys run in the same problem that we have, where like if you're facing a Giannis, he's going to be the best guy on the floor. But if you're facing a team where it's just team basketball, you guys stand a chance against anybody.
Yeah.
So that's huge.
We've seen already that the Heat can knock off the Bucks for us.
Exactly. And then when you go to play team basketball against them, you'll be good.
Yeah. So if we could just finish the season ahead of the Bucks, maybe win the fucking division for once.
Right.
In the last couple of years, ever since fucking 2018, it's been all Bucks, it seems like, in that division. So if we could win a division and get that higher seeding, then yeah, I could definitely would not mind beating the fuck out of the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That would be cool. But let's real quick back up a second to what did happen this weekend. What about your boys winning the skills competition?
Yes.
Whatever
Evan
it was.
Evan Mobley. That's when I put in the notes, because I saw last week, like, oh shit, MLS is coming up. Let's start that out. That's a good way to start out. And then I saw that shit happen. I was like, yo, and you texted me, Evan's the truth, bro. So I was like, yeah, we're going to talk about these NBA awards. But
yeah, he was hitting shots. He was dribbling nice. He was passing nice. He was doing it all.
Yeah, that was awesome. The rookies put a lot of pressure on him. I think it was 9 seconds to hit a half court shot.
Yeah,
which isn't easy to do at all, even if you're in the NBA, especially in the NBA when the basketball is like you're throwing a volleyball from half court. It's pretty fucking hard to do for a guy who actually did it. And what was it, like 4 seconds, second person to try it?
Yeah.
And I just nailed that shit. And that was awesome. I like that format. And it seems like it's not going to change for next year. It's going to stay the same. And which kind of sucks, because whatever home team is going to be in there,
we'll always get that one squad.
Yeah, but I enjoyed that skill challenge. That was really good to see. It wasn't like they were separated by size and shit and going up against one each other. That way, you were having the big men going up against the big men, little men going up against the little men. Little men.
Right.
Giddy's not fucking little at all. But
how about that shitty ass not the event itself, but the Scotty Barnes in that shooting competition? Did you see it, or just
I saw the highlights of it.
Everything.
Yeah, they were.
He missed like 4 bunny layups.
Yeah, and the other dude, he tried to do one too. They ended up 0 for 7 or 0 for 8 in that round on 4-foot floaters. It's a 4-foot floater.
Yeah, that was so ridiculous.
0 for 7 or 0 for 8. Yeah, I saw that.
But I think Cade won that one, right?
I think so. But that was more entertaining though than the fucking dunk contest. The dunk contest, and even if Jalen Green would have landed those dunks right off rip, it still wasn't something like, we don't care that you can put it between your legs. We don't care that you can put it behind your back. Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon did that 5 years ago.
Right.
Like, you need to show us more. Like, take it, put it off of a fucking windshield of a car and jump over the car. Like, that's what you need to do nowadays.
That'd be
like,
cool.
Fly off of a forklift over the back of the fucking backboard and reverse around and dunk. And
John Morant had better dunks Spider-Man in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
then
Zach LaVine's little 360 dirty ass dunk.
Yeah,
like them things were dirty as fucking game, and that's what I'm saying. Like, and they were doing the same shit, like the same type of shit, trying to get 10s, and that's just not going to happen. I think Cole Anthony's dumping in Tim's the first thing was probably the coolest thing for me, because he dunked in Tim's. That shit's not easy to do. Yeah,
I truly watched the entire night, and then as soon as that 3-point competition ended, I turned that shit. I was like, game time, video game time. I didn't even care. I was like, I'll watch the highlights tomorrow, see if there was anything cool for the dunk competition. I do not care about the dunk competition at all anymore. Like, it's not that I love watching dunks, but they just can't do anything right now that hasn't been done. And I don't know what they're going to do that hasn't been done for a long time. Because even
that dude's doing shit that it hasn't been done. it doesn't take a lot to excite people. People
Right.
are missing when Dwight Howard comes out and goes into the telephone booth and dresses like Superman. These kids nowadays are coming out putting a cell phone on a fucking chain and can't even dunk with that on. Like
Yeah.
Dwight, like these people knew how to hype up the crowd, do what they need to do. These guys just aren't
Blowing out
creative
candles on the
enough.
backboard and shit.
Yeah, they're just not creative enough nowadays, and they don't have that awe factor. We just need to get back to that. Caruso, I want to see in. John Morant, I want to see in next year. Fuck LeBron, he's too old, and fuck LeBron. So yeah, them two. Maybe Anthony Edwards in that bitch. To get some big names, people who can actually fucking jump. Let's go in the fucking. Let's go find a 16-year-old Zion. Let's go back in time and put his ass in there.
Yeah.
Like, we need to get the guys who are really
Get that
good.
Jordan Kilgannon kid, the dunk guy, the
Yeah,
little white boy, and just
yeah,
put
and
him
he
up
feeds up
against.
to and he feeds up to the crowd too. So
Yeah.
yeah, like we need to get back to these guys who feed into the energy of the crowd and really know how to be creative, because these kids, like, and they were talking about I think Jet Smith said something. He's like, before the lights came on, they were hitting every shot, they were hitting every dunk. Like, they got nervous and they weren't worried about the crowd, they were scared of the crowd.
Right.
They need to play into the crowd more, and that's how, when you get the veterans like we talked about, and get in there and doing that shit. Vince Carter's, Tracy McGrady. Like, we need those guys to get back into it. And obviously the $1 million isn't worth it. They thought
Right.
upping it to $1 million. It doesn't matter. You're still going to get the young kids who can fly, but they're not creative.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just hopefully one day I'll care again, but I don't really care. But before we move on to the future awards and stuff, let's talk about far into the future, and not actually far into the future, but let's talk about LeBron James doing his best LeVar Ball impression and trying to get Bronny James into the NBA. He basically said he doesn't care where it is. He wants to play with Bronny. So how much does that make it a lock that Bronny gets drafted in 2 years?
He's definitely going to get drafted. He's not going to go number one. I don't see that happening.
It was a question that he was even good enough. Like, not even to be rude to Bronny. Like, I don't care that he's LeBron's son. There's a real question that he's even good enough. Like, he might
it's
have to
also
be a
because he's getting
guy.
followed by national people to start. The Jalen Scruggs, who seemed like he was going to have to do that, and then had a freak fucking year, and now we see he probably should end up being one of those 4-year starter guys. In college, but he had that one freak year, and he didn't get followed since he was fucking 14 years old. He might have by overtime or some different, but not ending up on ESPN and having videos of him at his fucking games, and his dad, who has fucking 100 billion followers on Twitter, tweeting about it and all that shit. That doesn't happen for a lot of people. So he still has time. What is he going to? This is his senior year in high school, right?
Yeah. So he's 2 years away. So if he was to get drafted when he can get drafted, he's 2 years away.
So he still has plenty of time. After this year, he can come out next year, and wherever he fucking goes, University of Akron or whatever it may be.
He'll go to that HBCU I Promise school or whatever that LeBron has. Kent State, I Promise.
Kent State, yeah. But yeah, whatever he does, yeah, he's definitely not going to be. I don't even think he could end up meeting a top 5. But
I mean, do you think a team will draft him just to sign LeBron?
1,050%. 1,050%.
Because, and I mean, this is the most obvious yes, because he's a good father, but you think LeBron's holding true to his word, right? No matter where Bronny goes, he's going to head out there.
Yeah, absolutely. But could you imagine if a small market like Charlotte, what's another really fucking small market? They have money
Minnesota,
there.
Somebody like that.
Like a Minnesota, like Indy's a small market per se, but no, they still got a big kind of convention city. But yeah, Minnesota's really good. A small market city. Could you imagine a LeBron James, what it does to that city? We saw it in small market as Cleveland.
Yeah.
Like that brings money. So yes, there's going to be somebody who's sitting down at like 9, 10, 11, who's going to be like, yo, you guys want to make $150 million in profit for a year?
Yeah. And then just get rid of these guys and try again.
Yeah. All right, let's do it. Bam. Money in our pockets. The players aren't going to like it. The media is probably going to make fun of you, but you're going to be laughing to the bank.
So here's a real question. What if teams don't buy in? What if a team's like, fuck this, Bronny's still a couple years away, we don't care, and he goes and plays in like Lithuania or some shit like LaMelo did?
Oh, LeBron retires.
Does LeBron go out there still?
LeBron retires.
Nah, LeBron will just talk his team into signing him. I don't think it would. There is definitely a team out there that's going to be like, for 1 year of these ticket sales, we're going to do it. Just like you
Yeah,
said.
even a second round pick, dude.
But how about a shout out to him, man, for doing that LeVar Ball, doing that thing.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
good dad. Good dad.
let's
Good
get
dad.
my boy in here.
Good
I don't
dad.
know if he's good enough. LeVar Ball literally got Jello a G League 2-way contract. The other two were good enough, but he physically got Jello one. So
yeah,
hey,
shit. Maybe
something.
next year we'll see that Lamar gets them ass into the motherfucking All-Star game together. We could have the Ball brothers.
Maybe. That's
In the
crazy.
fucking sports channel.
But no,
That'd
that
be
was just a
awesome.
cool story.
Where's the All-Star game at next year?
I don't know.
What if it's in any one of the fucking? What if it's in Chicago or Charlotte, and they have a Ball brothers fucking team? That'd be dope.
Yeah, they definitely should. It could be Charlotte. I know that they are a hype team. Like, no, they just did the All-Star like last year.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, they did. It was fucking last year, wasn't it?
Yeah. So, anyways, let's
real quick, more basketball news.
Yeah.
All the love Kimba was getting coming back.
No
All-Star. Oh man, now sitting out. Who knows what's gonna happen with Kimba nowadays?
So do you think this is a Kimba thing,
Life
or just
comes
that
at
the
you
Knicks are
fast.
like, this year sucks, we don't care anymore?
I don't know, dude. You really can't be for certain when it comes to that organization.
Yeah.
You just never know. And it sucks for Thibs. He's a good coach. But he looks like he's on his way out too.
It's crazy because Tibbs is the most like polarizing coach. There are players that will die for him, Derrick Rose, and will follow him anywhere. And then there are players that looks like he tried to kill them, like Joakim Noah, and don't want anything to do with him. So he's like completely separate in that way. But yeah, it's crazy. So now we're gonna move on, and we're not gonna talk about the games because there weren't any. We'll get back to that next week, but we're the halfway point, about more like the 2/3 point, and it's going down. But before we get to the awards, it was the NBA 75 this year, right? It was the 75th year. They brought out all these 75 greatest players, blah blah blah.
Did they list them? But did they rank like a top 100? Because
ESPN did. The actual people that did the NBA 75, they didn't. But ESPN.com ranked them.
All right, fuck that. Because I saw Klay Thompson, they clowned him, the Warriors did, and gave him a 77 jersey to wear to practice one day, and he got clowned. If they think Klay Thompson's better than fucking Tracy McGrady, I'm still pissed off. Let me start with that. Fuck whoever voted on that. I get it. I get some of them, but oh my God, there's a couple people, Parrish. Yeah, it's cool, bro. You're a good guy, bro. But I'm pretty sure it's because of the team you fucking played for is why they got you in the top 75. You really weren't shit. Tracy played for a lot of teams doing what fucking guys try to do. Nowadays, Porzingis is a fucking unicorn for being able to do what he did. Right. And oh yeah, he sat motherfuckers down on the floor and dunked on 3 different people and was hitting 360 fucking layups in their fucking face.
And he quit on his team though. And that's got a bad rap with people, you know? So.
I guess so a little bit, but there's no way he's not top 75. And when I saw 77 with a Klay, I was like, what the fuck? You better be 76. But in that video, they talk about how there was ties. So he was like he was in like 77. And I was like, yo, fuck that, bro. Fuck all these people. Tracy McGrady is easily top 75 of all time. No
I still think Dwight should have been there. People just remember these last 5 years of Dwight and they were shit and they don't want him in there. But that man, he led a team that should have had no business even being in the NBA to the finals, and he lost to Kobe. So like, come on. But anyways, what I did want to talk about is in 25 more years, when we're talking to our kids and maybe our grandkids in your case, if your boys get started early, about the NBA, when it's at the,
have a 10-year-old, I'll probably have grandkids in 25
when it's
years.
Because that's 25 years still. I mean, I could fucking have grandkids, who knows?
God damn it.
When you're talking
so fast, sorry for the GD, but holy cow.
When you're talking to your grandkids about the 100 years of the NBA, which players are we watching right now that were not in the 75 we're going to be talking about in the 100 when they're bringing them out on the court?
Ooh,
give me a couple guys.
That's a great talking piece. First person that comes to mind, I hate to say it, Jason Tatum. I really think we'll be talking about him. He's on the up and ups. If Joel Embiid can stay away from any more injuries, because the next one could always be the last one for him, we could be talking about him. You got to think with what LaMelo's been able to do in his
Mm.
first 2 years, for sure. And then when we get to the big men, I mean, Jokic has lost it, but
He's got to be
he's
there though.
still got
Stats
to be
wise, he's
there.
gonna just keep
Yeah, he's still got to be there,
running it.
keep destroying shit. Giannis, what he's already
He's
done.
already there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's already in that.
But
Top
he'll definitely be a lot higher than where he is right now.
Yeah, but also we got to think about too, are those next 25 years saved for the top 100 to
No, I mean, it doesn't
like
have to be. So all of the top 50
there could still,
guys
yeah,
made it into the top 75. But that doesn't necessarily mean that all the top 75
exactly.
guys are going to make it in the top 100.
Top 100, exactly. So you got to think, do they, and now did they, we would have to go and look at the first 50 and then the 75 and see if those players were just in that 25-year span, and if they
Right.
don't even look at that part of basketball.
Right.
Like, you got to look at that too. So I mean, shit, that's got to be very fucking exciting to think about, because we're literally looking at the next LeBrons and Paul Pierce's sitting up there right now. Hey, and how about that? Ray Allen walking up and KG just sitting there kind of mean mugging with his hand down, like ready to go if he wanted to. And he put his hand on, he had it clenched. And then he kind of, you can see in the video, he kind of subtly brought it out a little bit. And he just saw LeBron, and he just, he was just fucking, that was awesome. That was awesome to see. That's the beef I like to see, because you know me as a person, and I very much agree with KG in that instance. You're a little bitch.
Yeah.
We could have got more rings. A good thing you didn't get as many as you could have, but yeah, you still ended up more than us. So fuck you.
Right.
And the draws you got on, hopefully they break and you shit yourself.
So one thing that I wanted to say, so just from a skill standpoint, this has to do with Minnesota.
Who for you? Do you think Boog has a strong chance to?
Nah.
All right.
I don't. I just.
Do you agree with who I said?
Yeah, I agree with what you said. The name that I wanted to add in, this will either require him getting out of Minnesota because it's so small market, or our LeBron James going to Minnesota to make it a big market argument to happen. But Anthony Edwards, this man has the skills to be up there. But
I was gonna say Cat.
No, not Cat. Cat's a little scrub, but they'll get rid of Cat. Anthony Edwards will be the leader. He's got a lot to improve upon. I'm not trying to say he's amazing, but I mean, Michael Jordan had a lot to improve upon, so like seeing them in their early game years is not too crazy. But he just needs to get out of Minnesota because they're not going to win ever.
Was Kawhi in the top 75?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was there. But yeah, so I think Anthony Edwards has a real shot from the young guys. Yeah. That'd be pretty crazy.
What about Luka? Luka got a shot?
Maybe. He just doesn't seem to care, dude. He's so good.
He peaked too soon, you think, with what he did in Europe at 17? I don't
think he's peaked, like in the sense that like if he tries his ass off, I think he could get better. Like, but I think he's kind of like Jokic, where he's just like, whatever, man. I just want to have fun.
He won his NBA when he was 17.
Right.
He got his country to the Olympics.
Right.
Like, do you think he's just here to collect checks? Like, do you think he really gives a fuck
literally
about
just
the
having
accolades?
fun, dude.
Yeah.
He's having a good time, which is great. Hey, if that's the way you want to play your job, like if that's the way you want to work, hey, do it. He still does his job. He shows up on game day and he does his job, but he's not trying to be that next elite person.
All you can be.
Yeah. But hey, whatever he wants to do, man. He's making millions and he's helping Dallas win.
Just don't come to Cleveland with that shit.
Right. I don't think he wants to go to Cleveland. You're fine there. What else was there? I was going to say something else. Oh, the next thing that's just crazy to think about, because we don't know this person yet. This person is probably in middle school, maybe short or young high schooler. Every like 15 years or so in the NBA, there has been a greatest of all time. So like the top three were Kareem, MJ, and LeBron, in not that order, but those three guys. So if you look at the eras, every 15 years or so, there's that level of person. So in a few years, in like 10 to 12, 15 years, we're going to see somebody come out that we go, wow, are they the next LeBron James, Michael Jordan? Can they match Kareem's scoring total? And it's just exciting to think about.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, but do you think also we got a little spoiled too, because we had the two best guys for the transition of basketball from the old days to the new days. And Michael, who kind of started that assassin being able to shoot from fucking mid range, and also the type of guy who can bring it at your neck. And all the greats have came out and said there's nobody like MJ. He was just that good. And we see like the guys like KD who still aren't the elite guys because they can't stay on the court. Availability is best ability. And with MJ, with LeBron, you've always had them on the courts doing their things, and how long they were able to do it. I mean, MJ kind of fucked around and took too many breaks in his, but he's still able to come out and do it. And I just don't know. And with the old guys, it seemed like those guys were way ahead of the people that were on the court.
Right.
And nowadays, I mean, it took a while, but LeBron, even back in the day, LeBron still had to have a couple people on his team. Like, he couldn't do it all. At the 3 spot, you can't do it all. At the 2, you might be able to feed yourself a little more help with somebody at the 3, but at the 3, you literally have to have a fucking team. With Dwight at the 5, just get JJ and fucking Turkoglu who are able to shoot the fucking ball. And I'll make sure they don't get the fucking ball in the basket on mine.
Right.
Like, I'll do everything I can do. Y'all just put up fucking 85, 90 points. I'll do the rest. I'll get fucking 15 points and 20 rebounds. And we're going to win 95, 100, and they're going to get like 86 type shit. But even that, like, wasn't good enough for 75. So what those two were able to do, and for the longevity of what they were able to do it for, and like you talk about in the next 15 years, it's crazy to think, because I think LeBron was in the league when MJ was playing, right?
Maybe when he was on the Wizards or something.
Like the rookie, yeah, I'm saying like rookie, I think 02, 03 was LeBron's rookie year, which is crazy to think about. So we'll be seeing this guy in the next 2 years.
Potentially.
So Chet, is Chet going to be the next? Is that
you
what
never
you're
know
telling me right now?
I'm just saying that the odds are, if you look at the averages and what's happening, that guy's right around the corner.
Yeah, but the way the NBA is nowadays, I think we just need to thank our lucky stars that we're 30 years old, and even probably 40 years old or 50 years old are probably happier than we are right now.
But, because they got to see it all.
Yeah, they that's really the prime. And who fucking knows, the way science is and the way people were being made, it seems like at one point we thought we were declining because of all the fast food we were eating and all these bones were starting to get brittles and all that stuff. But did you see that stat in baseball? What was it? 2004. I think the average velocity was like 80.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Or some shit. And that's Randy Johnson. That's the old big boy from the Yankees, old dude from the Marlins with a sideways hat, just slinging shit. And then 2021, the average was like 95 or 94, like something fucking stupid. Like, I don't know what it is in the water, but that water is getting fucking hit up with some steroids or something that doesn't get tested. Because all these athletes nowadays are just bigger, stronger, faster than they ever have been, and they have the ability to do even more. And with all the information that people have right here, they can just get any information like that. And instead of having to pay all these people with all the experience, they can just pay $20 and get a fucking video sent to them every day on their Peloton and do the workouts themselves. So,
or even just like if you have masterclass, they have a Steph Curry teaching you how to shoot masterclass. So all you got to do is pay like $60 or whatever, and you're able to watch him teach you how to shoot.
Yeah, exactly. It's all right there nowadays. It's like when we were kids, it was all about money. Who had the money? Whose parents were willing to put down the hundreds of dollars to have them do travel ball, to have them go to camps, to play against the good people, so they know how to get good and actually get good, and they're not just playing in their districts
at the village
soccer, at their soccer league. So where, okay, it was 3-2. You guys have fun. We'll see you for one practice this week, and then we play again one.
Everybody go Saturday. Get your orange slices.
Yeah, like dumb shit like that. Like, no, you actually had to pay fucking $500-$600 for an 8-week tourney, travel league, and then the next league starts, so you better have your money ready again, and it costs money. And nowadays you can just fucking put up a goal in your backyard and do your drills and
throw a phone up with some screen capture, put that bitch on YouTube.
Like, there's so much you can do nowadays. And now, like, we used to have to go find a fucking field goal thing and do a net. We could probably spend $100 and get a tarp put up with a projector sensor thing that'll let you know. All I
Like
got to
some
do is hold
Top
the
Golf
football.
type shit.
Yeah, and it'll let you know how you're doing and against wind and all that shit, so you can figure it out. Like that's all that really matters, the contact of the football,
Yeah.
which would help them out so much more to learn how to just not even worry about, oh, I need to go find a field goal. It don't matter if there's a field goal around. If it is there, it's getting fucking drilled, son.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how technology is, and it's just going to get bigger and better. So yeah, I agree. And damn, think about this. What if in fucking 25 years we have 2 or 3 MJ and LeBrons and Hakeems and
Going at it on each other.
Kareems and bro, that would be sick.
That would be. That's exciting. It's exciting to think about. But let's rewind all the way back to 2022 now. Bring it back to now. And let's talk about the NBA awards that are going to happen in a couple months. It's going to be time to start thinking about it, start looking at it.
Not let Drake host it, for the love of God. Kevin Hart is hilarious. Let Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg do it. They do great.
I think they're just letting The Rock do everything these days, which is getting a little old. But
hey,
I love
Kevin Hart
Rock.
and The Rock are hilarious fucking too. And their Jumanji things they used to do.
Yeah,
they were great together too.
So let's go ahead and start talking about that. Let's get the ball rolling with some early game predictions. We've made some predictions back when the season kind of started. Now it's the quote unquote halfway point. So let's get these award predictions started and let's start to move on towards that. And we'll start with what seems to be the easy one, but everybody hits that rookie wall. Rookie of the year. Let's get you started off right.
Evan Mobley.
Evan Mobley. Do you think so? Every rookie hits a wall, not every rookie, but every year there's rookies that hit the wall at the All-Star break. Which one of those top 5, let's say Mobley, Barnes, Cunningham, Giddey, and who's a 5th that we could, I guess, I don't know. It's
who's
pretty
the
much
other dude that's on
Franz Wagner or something. I don't know.
There's another one on, dang it, it's Barnes and somebody else that's on Toronto who's been doing really fucking good too.
I don't know.
But
But
who
like,
knows?
so which one of these
let's
guys
do
do
Wagner.
we
Let's
think
do Wagner.
are gonna hit that rookie wall and just why did we think they were having a good rookie year kind of thing?
I mean, I would think Cade, just because he started out a little slow and he went 4 for 16 tonight. Like he couldn't find the basket. It seemed like he wasn't really doing too good finding a spot on the court. And I could definitely see that happening to where he just doesn't have his legs and it's hard for him to get to the spot on the court. And oh yeah, he's already struggling with that too. And also Scotty Barnes, it's going to be very hard to keep up with what he's done. If that team
he's such high energy too. Like I can see him being a guy that gets tired for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be really hard for him to keep that same pace that he's done because he's doing it all, and he's one of the top options on that team off the ball as well. He's doing a lot of work. It's not like Mobley where you get to a spot and just kind of walk down, jog down, and do work or get the rebound and put back. And I mean, that's a lot of fucking work too. But Scotty Barnes, I think he's a 4 as well. He's a 3 or 4. But,
yeah, he's like that hybrid kind of guy.
Yeah, but I think Anunoby takes that solid 4 spot off of him. But yeah, I think that's probably if I had to put money on whose stats decrease the most, it would probably be Scotty Barnes.
think Wagner's going to get found out here soon. And I don't know that he's top 5. He might be. It depends on which MVP or rookie ladder you're looking at. But
I think so.
Teams are going to start to gear towards stopping
11.
him. So that's who I think is going to problem. The thing, I'm the opposite of you with the first guy. I think Cunningham's going to increase his production, and he's actually going to be the guy that gives Mobley a run for his money. But in my opinion, it's Mobley's to lose for sure. And his position, the way he plays, you alluded to it, he shouldn't get tired. He shouldn't have that problem. The Cavs have so many people that they're rotating in and out. I don't think he's going to have that problem. Cunningham gets the ball. His usage rate is probably like 60, 65%. So he could get tired, but I think it's Mobley.
Jalen Green.
Danny Green. What are you talking about?
Jalen Green.
Oh, I was like, Danny Green's not a rookie.
I could definitely see Jalen Green kind of slowing down a little bit.
He slowed down right after the draft, bro.
And Kuminga, it seems like Kuminga's just starting to get going.
Yeah, he looks good now. He's the opposite too. But yeah, I think Cunningham's going to increase his stats, but I think it's Mobley's to lose. So as long as he doesn't get hurt, knock on wood, and as long as he keeps doing what he does, he's going to be all right. So let's move on. What's the next one? Not most improved. Nobody gives a shit about that.
Comeback player. Yeah, that's the same thing.
Yeah. So who do you have?
Who gives a fuck?
That's what I was saying.
It's always whenever they say it, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a good choice. Good choice.
If
Good-
Ben Simmons comes
good
out
choice.
and averages 5 points a game, they're like, all right, Ben Simmons, he came back, he did something. Here he
No,
goes.
what if James Harden was able to lead them or something? Comeback
Fuck
player of the
him.
year.
Fuck
Yeah.
him. I don't care what he does.
What about if Kyrie is able to get instated into whatever they're trying to do in New York to where he can play home games and he's comeback player of the year?
It could definitely be him. Because they'll also feel kind of bad for him for not being able to play.
Yeah.
So it's not even like he was injured. He was dealt a tough hand, man. And then next year, Joe Ingles, we can go ahead and write that one down. I'm
Or
excited.
Ricky Rubio, who fucking knows?
I'm excited to see what Ingles can do whenever he comes back from
Ricky
that injury.
Rubio on the Pacers, that could do something.
What about did Marvin Bagley do anything tonight?
Oh my god.
He's
Poor
in the
kid,
new scene, right? He's gonna be hot, ready to
Poor
go.
kid. Who's he playing for now?
Detroit, right? Didn't he go to Detroit?
Oh, I think so.
I don't know.
He ain't playing if he did.
Maybe it was somewhere else.
Blazers?
I don't know.
Start. What's the other one? What's the next one?
What's the next what?
The next-
Award?
Yeah.
Defensive Player of the Year. What do we got for that?
Just give it a go, Bear. No. Yeah, give it a go, Bear, so he doesn't fucking cry.
But what about Giannis? I mean, so like Giannis is always the guy.
Giannis is my first choice. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's Detroit. He plays for Detroit.
Oh yeah. All right.
So
Fucking team.
I still am holding out hope for my boy Mikal Bridges. He's gonna come out and keep the lockdown for the 2 months. And
That'd be dope. I think he's still top 5 in defensive
Yeah,
efficiency.
I think
That
Giannis
is
gets
very
it, though.
hard to say.
Giannis is gonna get it.
Yeah,
Coach
for
of the
sure. But
year.
if you guys sneak the 1 seed,
Yeah, if we sneak the
not
one
even
seed, there's a
sneaking the
chance,
1
but-
seed this
Yeah,
year. I think if y'all secure the 1 seed.
So Coach of the Year,
It up.
Monty got it last year, right? Well, no, Monty got the one that were from all the players,
Yeah.
but he didn't get the actual one last year.
Yeah, I think Monty
So,
or JD
yeah,
in Cleveland. I
maybe
think he
Monty
has-
will get the actual one, and JB will get the player voted
I'm
one.
saying JD, and you actually know his real fucking name. He's my head coach for the last 2 years. Actually, I think since Ty Lue fucking left.
Yeah,
But yeah, JB, I think he definitely deserves it for what he's done. Every coach has been on that team.
Billy
The-
D could
The
get
3
it.
have been above
but-
us. Yeah, he could, but he also was given a really great hand as where, like,
Hey,
with
Steve Kerr
Monty
won
last
Coach
year.
of the Year. We talked about that already. So,
This is true. But Chicago's not even going to get the 1 seed, so no.
and Spo can't win anymore, right? Like they've put a
No.
lock in on him. He can't win.
Yeah,
anymore.
he cannot win a new one. I think they top out at 3, right?
Yeah, he's got the Bill Belichick award now, where you can't win Coach of the Year anymore, but we know that you're a great coach.
We know you're one of the best all time. We get it.
Yeah.
Like, we fucking get it. You're fucking man among boys when it comes to coaches.
I hope it's Monty. And I mean, if we win the West by like 10 games, it's going to be Monty. Like, we're already like 5 games ahead. So if we can somehow increase that lead and do some work, it'll be Monty's, I think.
All right. This isn't going to be a tough one that I am going to have to Google. 6th man of the year. What is it? Odds. Let's look at
Yeah,
that.
because like, I don't even know
Nowadays
who
we
comes
have a
off
new
the bench.
6th man. It was either Lou Will or fucking Jamal Will.
Or Montrezl Harrell.
Yeah, but that was like the last fucking 10 years. So
Right.
we're gonna have some new 6 men going on now.
No
Because
Evan
Montrezl
Gordon,
is
right?
in
Because he
Washington
starts. Or
now.
Eric Gordon, whatever the fuck his name is. Because he starts.
Eric Gordon. So Tyler Hero, yeah. I don't even
Damn.
have to look anymore.
I
Tyler
thought he was a
Hero.
starter. Why is he coming off the bench?
I don't know. But he's
So he
minus
can win an
14.
award?
He's minus 1400. So
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna look at the Jordan Clarkson, who won it last year. Kevin Love.
Hey.
Let's fucking go. He's
I looked up that charge taken number, by the way,
and then
uh,
Montrezl Harrell.
that you were talking about last week or 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. And Kevin Love is second in per 36 minutes to Blake Griffin.
Bro, who leads the fucking league total?
Blake Griffin. Kevin Love's like 4th in total, but second in per 36. And Blake Griffin's first.
That's awesome. But yeah, he's above Montrez. So yeah, Tyler Hero minus 1400. Do not bet on sixth man of the year.
Yeah.
If you bet on Tyler Hero before the year, great fucking choice because we
Just
all
throw
probably
him
thought he
into
was going to be a
parlays
starter.
because that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And then of course MVP. We talked about a little bit earlier that Devin Booker has a fighting chance if he can up his game with Chris Paul out. But realistically, who do we think is going to win the MVP this year?
I know, man. It's crazy to even say this, man, but realistically, it's got to be Darius Garland, right?
Hey, he's your guys' MVP. He's balling. Hey, the first Cleveland, shout out to him, the first All-Star from Cleveland since the one LeBron James.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. And you guys had two. One was
Yeah.
a substitution or whatever.
But a legit All-Star.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, he got picked very fucking high. And it seems like LeBron came out at the end and kind of said, I mean, he did say, because KD, whenever
He's
they
trying to
ask at the
trade
end
for
about
him.
trades,
Yeah.
he's like, nah, that's the one, no touch. Like, you can't touch him. That's the one.
And that's
then
pretty cool that
And KD was like, all right,
wanted
I'm
him.
cool. And yeah, and
Yeah.
KD was like, all right, I'm good. Like, that was the one person he wanted to trade for.
Right.
Because he probably thought that he was going to be able to get him later on, and was like, yeah, this bitch is fucking nice.
Yeah.
I'm out here. But yeah, it's awesome, but it stinks that he had to end up on LeBron's team. But hey, he got to win.
The first pick off the board was Devin Booker. So
yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Darius Garland was the third.
They should have asked, I think it was, well, I guess, third or fourth because they go back and forth or whatever. But they should have asked KD who he wanted to start in place of him, because then Booker probably would have started. But I guess he's not a forward, so they wouldn't have let him. But that would have been cool.
But yeah, that was really fucking cool. And I liked how they picked it up near the middle of the third quarter. Mm-hmm. But they tried this year with how they did the quarters and doing the donations and shit to the captains' teams. But they need to figure something out for this first half, man. Like, they really do. They need to get these guys to not even play defense. That first half was worse than the NFL, because we understand in the NFL, you can very seriously get hurt if you play full speed, and you have to play full speed, because if you don't, that's what you get.
You can get hurt. Yeah.
But in the NBA, we understand. Listen, I'm not going to try to fucking cross you up. I'm probably going to be shooting deep ass threes. But you also need to understand, I'm not going to let you get in this fucking lane and yam the ball. And if you do, just get by me. I'm not going to contest it. Just get by me. That's all you have to do.
I mean, they were literally just opening the lane up for some free dunks. So
just ole. I get the free threes and shit when it's Steph and Trey trying to go back to back and all that stuff. But play defense, dude. Make them go by you. Just don't stand in front of them. Just be the chair.
Yeah, just be the chair at least. But so MVP, I'm sticking with my Embiid pick that I made a while back. I still think it's Embiid's to lose, and I think he's going to come out hungry.
Okay.
Who you got?
I already told you. No, I'm kidding. I think it's going to be Embiid too. It's going to be somebody out of the East who's able to get their team up, and once James Harden comes in to that team that's already built, they're going to be a pretty scary fucking team. So.
All right. So before we get out of here, because we took a long time on the NBA, which is fine because nothing else is happening, but you see I'm wearing the hat. LAFC is back. I've talked a lot of shit. They're added to my wall of death over here. But it is time to get back hype because the season's starting.
Mine really is a wall of death now. Tebow's not in the league. The Bucks are going to suck. And Kobe's literally not here anymore.
Exactly. But I'm somewhat excited. I don't know. I look at the team and I put together a team on paper with our team and I'm excited, but I'm not excited about the coach, and I just know what we've done in the past, and I'm not really excited. I don't know how we're gonna do.
I don't know how you're gonna do either. I haven't really looked into it too much, but I do know it's coming up. It's starting, and I'm really looking forward to it. Next weekend, I think. But I'm looking forward to it more so because it's fairly brand new, and you're either gonna get one or the other. You're either gonna be a really good team, or you're gonna really fucking stink. Kind of like with UCF, how they came out after George O'Leary and just revamped that offense and really built up that defense and came out really fucking good. And we were like, oh shit, all right, this guy's pretty fucking good. All right, Frost, let's see what you can do. And he's like, nah, I'm out
I'm
this
out.
bitch. But so hey, you be happy to see that happen with this coach, I
I'd love
guess.
it.
Confused if he could just kind of start a new culture and just dip out and make the
I'd
culture.
love to see that sort of offense too. If we're scoring 6-7 points a game, that'd be
Yeah,
sweet.
and it seems like with the people that you guys retained and have gotten in, you guys can very well do that. And you also have a very strong-minded defensive coach and have
Right.
pieces in the defense that can kind of aid that sort of, all right, 5, 6 of you motherfuckers push up, and you 2 or 3 be ready to be on your fucking high horses, and you're just gonna sit back on defense all fucking game. I don't give a
Yeah.
fuck what happens. You be ready for that fucking break.
I think that's the goal of the front office too, because that was something that I
I got the
encountered.
numbers right on that, right?
What's that?
I got the numbers right, I think.
Yeah,
Who
pretty
knows?
much.
Who cares?
I think that's what happened because I had that happen in my soccer career where we knew how to score. We could score with the best of them. We were fine at scoring. We couldn't stop anybody. So our coach basically was like, fuck offense. I'm done teaching offense. You guys just want to score and you know how to score. We're going to teach defense. And the entire year, or probably not the entire year, but all that I can remember up to the first game for sure. And beyond that, all we learned were defensive things, defensive formations, ways to do defensive stuff. And then at the game time, he was basically just like, you guys know how to fucking score. So let's do the defense. And I think we didn't score. We like 0-0 our first like 3 games. And then we started learning offense. But the fact remained, like, I think that's what our team is trying to do. Like, you guys know how to score. Get the ball to Vela, get the ball to Acosta or whoever. Like, we're going to be fine. Let's focus on defense and let's get that shit done. So, because our team under Bob Bradley was score, and then 30 seconds later, it's back to being a tie game. Let's go try to score again. So they want to stop that.
Yeah.
But
And that'd be cool.
I'm excited for it.
I mean, a lot of the fans' minds, if y'all go out in there 0-0 the first 3 games, you're gonna be like, yep, we called it.
He'd be fired. He'd be fired before it even started.
We called it. We're not gonna score shit this season. Let's go fucking 18 points. Yeah, let's get it.
No, he'll be fired if we don't score. But I'm excited for it. It's gonna be pretty fun. I think I'll actually get to go to some games, hopefully.
New Jersey
COVID,
alert this year?
It doesn't even exist. What?
New Jersey alert this year? A lot of new players.
The jersey looks
New
like
coach.
ass, bro.
Really? Who's the sponsor?
It's still Flex, which is who we had.
Oh, they
last
just
year.
redid the whole jersey?
Yeah, they put the fucking logo in the middle like this, instead of over our heart, like the actual LAFC logo.
Yeah.
Not just the Adidas. The LAFC
Yeah.
logo, the patch is not on our heart. It's in the center under the Adidas.
That's dumb.
Yeah. So
That's
everybody has
rude.
it where like your NBA thing is. Everybody
Yeah.
has that
Yeah.
except us.
That's stupid.
So, and then it says Flex Power Tools.
Wait till they come up with some alternative shit.
But the pattern looks pretty cool though. It's kind of like our bruised banana. Well, you're not an Arsenal fan, but it's like our bruised banana jerseys. If you're an Arsenal fan, you know what that is. So yeah, so that's happening. What else is happening though is all these obscure sports that we like to watch. When football's over, these obscure sports start. And Australian Football League is here, or is going to be here in about 2 weeks. The F1 series starts up here in a couple weeks. Lewis Hamilton's trying to get his thing back because he got screwed last year. So he's going to try to get that record back again. But another sport that I don't know, you don't wake up in the morning, let's be honest. You might still be up when this sport is going on. I was
about to say, but I'm usually
it's you have ESPN Plus?
Yes, but I don't have cable provider. So
no, but the ESPN Plus part, you only have to have cable for like the ESPN and ESPN2 and shit, right?
No, most of the time, sometimes I'll try. Oh no, I can. Yeah, because that's how I was watching LAFC.
Yeah, just the Plus stuff you can watch. There's the Pro Kabaddi League, dog. It's from India. This shit is like, it's adult tag. Like legitimately, it's just adult tag, but it's fucking cool, dude. It's like a Red Rover type tag shit. But so it's like 5-on-5 or 7-on-7 or something.
We have adult tag here.
But one guy comes over.
WTC.
One guy comes over and he tries to tag anybody on the other team, right? But as soon as he tags them, if they can tackle him before he gets back over to his team, then he gets like eliminated. But if he gets back over, he scores points for his team. And it's whoever scores the most points first wins. And they're just like getting tackled, getting like ankle locked and shit. Cause it's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
What time does that bitch start?
I wake up at 5 a.m. and it's on. So,
okay.
But it's like the end of the games. So it's probably around 5 your time. But it's pretty cool. It's actually pretty fun to watch. There's a lot of rules I don't know, but I was so surprised that I had just found a sport that I had never seen before. I was like, this is so cool. So I watched it for like a week straight. What?
Rum chata.
Rum chata.
What is it called?
Kabaddi.
Kabaddi.
I was like, rum chata is pretty good. I don't know if that's what we're talking about with that, but that's pretty good.
What was it again? Bukkake? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's on ESPN also. If you need to, it's on the ESPN X, not ESPN Plus, but you can go check that out as well.
They're all ripped though.
So
God.
the last thing I wanted to leave a little bit of time to talk about, because I don't know if we want to talk about it for long or not, but it is sports related at this point. Officially today, it's sports related because the Klitschko brothers, the boxing champions, they are Ukrainian, and they have put everything away to go try to fight in this war, man. And so I want to shout out the Klitschko brothers, because that's huge, bro. Like, Americans don't understand, and I am an American, so I can say that I don't understand. But the true patriotism to say, like, these guys are literally world heavyweight champions. They're set for life.
They don't understand. The Arizona Cardinal himself, my friend, my guy, my pal.
They are set for life, and they don't have to do anything. They could run from Ukraine, move to America, do whatever they need to do. They are both enlisting to go to the front lines and fucking fight this war because they love their country and they want to do that shit. So it's a huge shout out to them. But just the whole shit in Ukraine, man. I'm thinking about you guys.
It does suck.
I know some Ukrainians that are here, not over there, but it's pretty sucky, man. And just to watch what's going down, it's going to be a crazy couple weeks here.
Yeah, that's it's insane. Whenever I got off work and got to the bar, one of my friends from the bar, he works in for the sheriff's office, doesn't worry about what division he is, but he deals with a lot of shit, and he's able to see a lot of shit. And he was like, yo, we're at war. And I was like, yeah, we're at war. He's like, no, look on YouTube. And I was like, oh, YouTube, is this your YouTube? He's like, fuck no. I was like, no, look at YouTube. And because he'll like be sitting by himself at the bar, if anybody walks by, he puts his phone down.
Yeah.
Back up, puts his phone down. And I doubt he's ever doing anything like that, watching anything like that. But he was like, dude, this was in Ukraine today, and it was a rocket coming in. I was like, what the fuck? He's like, yeah, they're at war. And I was like, shit, this really fucking sucks, dude. Like, this really sucks.
Yeah.
Because normally when countries are at war, it's really hard for any of the external countries not to get involved in any kind of way. There's usually something that happens. Except for us, Canada just kind of sits there and is like, oh, I'm so sorry about your towers, eh? And shit like that. But yeah, sometimes people get involved, and I really fucking hope we just sit to the side and all of this and just chill out.
Well, the last thing I saw is that we, the country, gave Putin a list of buildings that we said, you better not fucking touch these. These are our buildings. And that's the only way we'll get involved. But even that, like, that's kind of just a bitch move, in my opinion, because that's almost like, oh, we're fine if you fuck the Ukrainians over, but as soon as you touch our buildings, fuck you. And it's like, we're friends of the Ukrainians. Like, we love them. And again, I don't want to get involved to the sense of having war, but they are going to be trying to put sanctions and shit out. So I'm hoping that the diplomatic way, taxing their shit and stuff like that, is going to help. And we don't have to actually go into military, but it started there, man. So have your prayers out for the Ukraine. I've been seeing some videos, and it's already pretty bad. And what's scary is I don't know shit about like geography and all that stuff, but Russia has officially taken over Chernobyl, which is where the nuclear power plant like melted down or whatever the fuck. So like, I don't know if they still have nukes there or what's going on, but they have seized control.
That was in Germany, wasn't it?
No, apparently it's in Ukraine.
Oh,
and
really?
and they've seized control of that. And like
Well, isn't
apparently
that
that
because nobody lives there?
right, but
So they're
like
just like there in hazmat suits saying, "This is
no,
ours."
I mean you can be there in non-hazmat suits, and people live in the outskirts cities and stuff. But I mean, I don't know all the official, but I know they seized that, so I don't know what their plans are with that shit. But that's always scary,
That's
and it's freaking nuclear reactors. So I don't know.
oh gosh. I mean, yeah, that really sucks that that is really like a still a tender spot over
And I
there.
don't know if it's live nukes. I really fucking hope it's
I
not.
don't think so. I
But
think, yeah, I think all that shit. I think it's all just, and it's like, all right, we don't know what's going to happen with all this land and shit for here on and forever. Like, it's still
right,
like people go there all the time. They get millions of views on YouTube going there with the
yeah,
little radiation finders, and it goes crazy. But
yep.
could you imagine, like, again, I'm glad we're not famous because people would see this and be like, all right, bet I got you, Mr. I'm gonna say my last name Samuels.
Now you never know.
Yeah. Look at my fucking IP address and my
The
studio.
video, it's literally like on the video
This is my studio though at an outskirt location.
in Studio
Miles,
City.
miles away from my house. But anyways, this would be some real Putin ass shit. I feel like with how he treats like hockey and shit to show up in a hazmat suit to where literally there's miles of where nobody is and says, "This is us. We are here."
Yeah,
I don't even
he
know how Russians talk.
I think that's somewhat similar. I don't know what he's got planned, but apparently he's still talking to America and everything. So
Like AJ Hawk on this.
at least we're still talking. But I'm kind of scared that it's a smokescreen, bro. I think he's going into the Ukraine to draw everyone's attention, and then China's gonna do some back ass shit. Actually, we have a lot of Chinese listeners, and we love y'all,
Yeah, we do.
but the government of China might be on their
Remember
way
when
somewhere
whenever
else.
Trump got in office, a lot of like people started getting worried about some kind of like, could this be some start of a bigger something?
Yeah,
And what if that was in Putin's thing? Like, what if he had some sort of alter thing?
that's
And
what I'm saying.
that would suck to think about.
And
As we're sitting here.
not for nothing, but everybody on the liberal side thought that it was some bullshit like conspiracy theory, like ploy by the Republicans or whatever. But China, Russia, all the people that are like the communists, North Korea, all that shit, they all wanted Biden to win because they said they could push him around and that he was nothing.
Yeah.
And again, all the voters thought that that was just the Republicans saying that so that people wouldn't vote for Biden. But Putin is putting his money where his mouth is, and he said, "I can push Biden around, vote for Biden," and now he's gonna give it a go. So
Yeah, and that speaks a lot. We're not getting political.
yeah, I'm not trying to be pro or anti-Biden. I'm just saying that's what they said, and now he's
But no,
proving
that's
it.
what I'm
So.
saying. It's just that's why I feel like it, and that's I always tell people it doesn't really matter to me who the president is. I'm 30 years old. I worry about gas.
Right.
Like I don't really care about all that shit. Yeah, like I went into the crypto thing. So what Biden is trying to do with all that will end up fucking me in the end because I've already lost money if I have to get taxed
Everybody's
on the
lost
money I
money
spend
right
in.
now.
Oh right, yeah. But if I get taxed on the money I put in, like last year because he wants to do it from like,
Right.
bro,
Right.
get the fuck out of here, dude. So that's the shit that I worry about. But now I'm learning the bigger picture. This is what adults had to learn back in 20, like people who came up from the boomers and shit where they were getting back and all that stuff. And like, oh shit, all right, war really happens. Vietnam was a little bit, people knew about that a little bit, but it wasn't that big. But what we went through from what 2001 to 2012, 13, 14, 15 until we try and finally pull troops out, what, a year or two ago?
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Yeah, that's what I feel like we're going to end up getting back towards. And like it wouldn't be such a thing, I feel like, if we had somebody who wasn't a puppet in office. And that's why I feel like I love George Bush Jr. a lot because he was kissing babies, but he was a fucking puppet. And that's why
Yeah.
that shit lasted so long. Obama, not so much a puppet, got shit done. Trump, I feel like would have probably got shit done.
He would at
So
least
yeah,
tried shit for sure.
yeah. So we're fucked for 2 years, and I feel like we just have to stand off. We have plenty of time. I feel like I don't know what's going on. I don't really understand all the gist of it, but
Yeah.
gotta hope we got plenty of time until we have to get involved and they can puppet around and we get somebody in there that says, "Hey, yeah, I'll not."
I just know that
Horrible
the
know
next
that.
election cycle is going to be focused on this shit right here and whatever comes out of this for the next 2 years. So
Absolutely,
everybody better
man.
be paying attention
Yeah.
because that shit's gonna be important.
And I wonder how well like the news is doing. News is probably going crazy right now.
They're probably blaming Trump or blaming Biden, whichever news story you want. But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. But anyways, that's
And
the
the
end
only
of
reason we're talking about it is because sports are getting affected. And the last
Yeah.
time this happened, we ended up losing a very great person, a very great linebacker, and a very great, I think it was a father at that point in time, like an overall great person who stopped playing the game
retired
to go enlist.
Yeah.
The same thing these guys are doing right now. I mean, you don't really have to retire in boxing. You just kind of put your contract on hold. It's boxing, right?
Yeah, and I think they're retired already anyway.
Yeah. Oh, true. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's hopefully this ending isn't the same, but you always have to tip your cap to people like that who are very much comfortable in their lives doing what they want to do and living their dream already. And they're going to protect the future dream of the people
Right.
to come in their country. And that's absolutely amazing to think of.
Yeah. So I mean, unless you have anything else, I'm fine leaving it on that. That's
Nah,
a
that's
beautiful
great.
note. So a shout out to the Klitschko brothers and just big prayers up to all you guys out in Ukraine. And again, I suck at geography, so any of the countries around there that, that are being affected, we're praying for you. We're hoping for you. I'll continue to at least watch headlines. That's all I can physically do for you guys right now. But stay in the fight, stay hungry, and as always, be a stud, not a scrub.